The secret of the white giant. When the first snowflakes touched the peaks of the Himalayas, an ancient Tibetan legend awoke with the wind. The locals whispered about mysterious tracks, huge, deep imprints that appeared in the morning near their homes and vanished by evening as if they had never been there. Tenzin, a young yak herder, was the first to see him. It happened during an unexpected blizzard when the boy got lost amid the white gusts. Through the curtain of snow, a figure emerged, colossal, covered in thick white fur, with eyes the color of a frozen lake. The Yeti stood motionless, studying the frightened human child. But instead of the fear that should have consumed anyone meeting the legendary creature, Tenzin felt something strange, a sense of warmth. The Yeti extended a massive paw, and from it fluttered a small mountain bird, which had sought refuge from the storm. It chirped cheerfully and landed on the boy's shoulder. Thus began the most incredible friendship in the history of the mountains. The Yeti, whom Tenzin named Kangchenjunga after the sacred peak, turned out to be not a cruel monster from legends but the most gentle protector of all living things. Every night, he roamed his domain, rescuing freezing animals, feeding hungry birds, and warming the young of wild goats with his breath. White bears entrusted him with their cubs. Snow leopards shared their prey with him. Even proud eagles would descend to tell him news from distant valleys. Kangchenjunga understood the language of every creature, from the smallest ant to the mightiest yak. But the idol was shattered when treasure hunters came to the mountains. They weren't looking for gold or precious stones, they wanted the Yeti himself. A living museum exhibit that would bring in millions. Their traps and nets threatened not only Kangchenjunga but all his friends. The animals sensed the danger first. Crows caught anxious warnings, wolves howled in the valleys, and even insects hid deeper under the stones. Tenzin understood, they had to act. The wisest mountain inhabitants helped plan the rescue. The cunning old yaks knew every secret path. Fast snow leopards could distract the hunters. Eagles became their eyes in the sky, and tiny rodents, spies in the enemy's camp. Kangchenjunga didn't want to flee. These mountains were his home, these animals were his family. But when he saw the hunters setting snares exactly where the fox cubs played, his heart was filled with both anger and determination. The last night was the longest in Himalayan history. While the hunters slept, the army of animals worked in concert as a single organism. Mice gnawed through the ropes of traps. Birds carried away their tools. Bears covered the camp with snow. And Kangchenjunga, with his most loyal friends, traveled through the blizzard to a new home. When the sunrise illuminated the peaks, the hunters woke up with nothing. The Yeti's tracks led in all directions at once, his friend's clever plan had worked perfectly. Kangchenjunga found refuge in the most remote part of the mountains, where no human foot had ever trod. But he was not alone. Everyone came with him, from the smallest mouse to the largest yak. They created a new community where everyone had a role, where the strong protected the weak, and the wise helped the young. Tenzin visited them every month, bringing news from the human world and giving them something that could not be bought, understanding and love. They say that to this day, when the snow is especially heavy in the Himalayas, you can hear strange sounds, not the frightening cries of a monster, but gentle lullabies with which the white giant soothes his little friends. And if you listen more closely, you can make out the words of an ancient song about a friendship stronger than any boundaries between species. The secret of Kangchenjunga lives on, hidden in the hearts of those who believe that true magic is born not from fear but from love for all living things on this earth.